Properties of natural resources. Formation of soil. Soil is made up of stones, pebbles, sand, fine particles of soil and organic matter. Now the question is, how does the soil get deposited on the rock? Roots of plants grow into the cracks in the rocks and cause their weathering. Clay is formed by such a weathering. Extremely hot or cold weather causes rock to crack. Rivers, rain, winds and changes of weather affect the rocks. Color is an important property of soil. The soil gets its color as a result of several processes. The color of soil near land surface is darker than the color of the lower layers. Soil may be of different colors such as black, red, copper, yellow, grey. The colors of soil are useful for its classification. Besides, they are indirectly useful in indicating several properties of the land. In this way, the properties of the soil, such as its fertility, drainage of water, capacity to hold water, become clear from its color. The color of the soil depends upon its texture and its organic ingredients as well as on chemical ingredients like iron, lime. Soil texture. Soil contains particles of different sizes. The texture of the soil is determined by the proportion of particles of the various sizes in it. Following are the types of soil on the basis of its texture. The first type is the sandy soil. The proportion of sand, that is, large particle, is high in sandy soil. Water drains rapidly through sandy soil. It's easy to plow the soil, but it is less fertile. This is because the particles of sandy soil are made of the mineral called silicon dioxide, quartz. These particles do not dissolve in water and therefore the soil has very little capacity to supply nutrients. The second type is the silt soil. The particles of silt soil are of medium size. Silt soil is not as plowable as sandy soil. However, it's much more plowable than clay soil. This soil contains a large proportion of organic materials. Its capacity to supply nutrients is much greater. Silt soil is also called sedimentary soil. The third type is the clay soil. In this soil, the proportion of a small particle is maximum. The particles of clay soil feel smooth to touch. Clay soil has a high water holding capacity. Soil structure. The structure of soil depends upon the different shapes of the particles in it. Soil occurs in the form of columnar, laminar, granular as well as block-shaped structures. Importance of soil structure. The fertility of soil depends upon soil structure. Roots get sufficient supply of oxygen. Water drainage is good. Therefore, the roots of plants grow well. These are the advantages of good soil structure. Uses of soil. Plant conservation. To help plants grow. Water conservation. Soil holds water. As a result, by means of bunds and lakes, we can get water for use throughout the year. Plasticity. Soil can be given any required shape. This property of soil is called plasticity. Because of its plasticity, we can use it to make articles of a variety of shapes. These articles can be baked to make them hard. Water storage earthen pots, earthen lamps, idols, bricks, etc. are articles made from soil. Some useful types of soil. China clay. Kaolin. It is white in color. It is used to make crockery, bathroom tiles, tanks, laboratory apparatus, masks, jars, etc. Shadow soil. It is whitish in color. It is used for making statues and idols. Terracotta soil. This soil is red in color. Decorative articles and pots used for growing plants are made from this soil. Multani soil. This soil is used in cosmetics. Soil testing. The proportions of the various ingredients of soil can be determined by soil testing. During soil testing, the soil is examined for color, texture, and the proportion of organic matter in it. Soil is tested to find out if there is a deficiency of any ingredients and to decide what measures should be taken to remove the deficiency. The soil sample collected for testing is dried in an open space in the shade for 8 to 10 days. It is then sifted through a sieve. Two tests, namely the pH and the electrical conductivity tests, are particularly useful in finding out the characteristics of soil. The Danish scientist Sorensen put forward the concept of pH based on the concentration of hydrogen ions. To determine the pH of soil and texture of water and soil in the proportion 1:2 is taken and tested using several indicators. Accordingly, soil may be found to be one of the following three types. Acidic soil, pH less than 6.5. Neutral soil, pH 6.5 to 7.5. And alkaline soil, pH higher than 7.5. Soil texture is disturbed if chemical fertilizers are used excessively and the land becomes unsuitable for sowing. Crops should be rotated in order to maintain the fertility of the land. For example, the fertility of land decreases after a harvesting of wheat. Hence, leguminous crops like peanut, moong, moat bean, pea, lentil, Bengal gram, soybean should be cultivated to restore the fertility of the soil. Causes of diminished soil fertility. First, soil pH less than 6 or higher than 8. Second, low proportion of organic matter. Third, no proper drainage of water. Fourth, repeated cultivation of the same crop. Fifth, continuous use of saline water. Sixth, excessive use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides.